Good people. Now today I want to record a video to conclude the lessons that we've done on Karigamombe. And it's a conclusion for now, meaning we'll come back to add on to the material. But for now, I wanted to do this conclusion. So I'll do three things. One is to summarize the material that we covered. Number two is to give credit, say something about my teachers. And then number three, I'll play a demonstration of the song. So in terms of the material that we covered, I think we did four things, and through trial and error, I think we're settling into what I envisioned this channel to be. So the first thing that we did was to actually teach how to play Karigamombe, and we did 4 lessons on that. One on the basics, the structure of the song, and then number 2 we explored the netetes all the way to R8. Number 3 we did what we called coordinates, playing the thumb and the index finger at the same time, the netetes. And then number 4 we explored the left side until we were playing the basses up to B1. So that's one, and then that's important because I think that's a basis for the channel. I want to teach Mbira, and I want somebody who follows the channel with their Mbira to actually learn how to play the song. So that's one. The second thing that we did was introduce how to sing, and I did 2 lessons on that. One just focusing on dongi, mombe, mbudzi, which is the melody of the Mbira, and how to overlay your voice on that melody and start substituting words in place of the dongi, mombe, mbudzi. And then the second singing lesson was on kusarima, which is a traditional song with 4 phrases that nicely overlays onto the 4 phrases of Karigamombe. So those are the 2 singing lessons that I did. But I had uploaded as an introductory video. Sekiwa Chingodza doing a demonstration, and Musekiwa sings excellently, so we can consider that as a singing lesson from Musekiwa Chingodza. And then the last lesson that I uploaded was Matemai, when he was teaching me how to sing Chapungu. And then Matemai would sing Chapungu either on Nyamaropa or Nemamsasa or on Bangiza, but he taught me from the Karigamombe or Nyamaropa standpoint, and that's the 4th video on this singing that we did. So one, it is you should learn how to play the Mbira. Number 2, you should learn how to sing, and I will teach what I can, but also draw from my teachers for your inspiration. Now, the third thing that I did, and which I consider important, some are just interested in learning how to play, but some are interested in the cultural context as well. So I gave some information on Karigamombe so that you can explain what Karigamombe means. It is a strong man who can wrestle a bull down to the earth, and it is a song, for victory, for celebration, after a big hunt, after winning a war. And then today, after any achievement, you get a promotion, you are the one who's wrestled the bull to the ground. You graduate, you are the one who's achieved something big, and we celebrate with Karigamombe. But life has 2 sides. Sometimes you lose, and I gave context that leads to the songs or song family are called Nyamtambani Mombe wa Baiwa. So you should be able to say something about Karigamombe. That's one. And then the second general material was on how Karigamombe is related, or is the first step into playing what we call the Nyamaropa family of songs. And the songs, you start with Karigamombe, you get into Maororo, you get into Nyamaropa, Nyamaropa Huru, and then Nimutimu. And then there are nuances for each song. But that context is important, so that at least you learn, you know the relationships between the different songs within that Nyamaropa family. And then the third was the relationship between Karigamombe and Nemamsasa, and I think that's a very important lesson that I gave. There are songs that are played from different positions on the Mbira. Nemamsasa you play from L3, but if you play that melody from L1, the song is Karigamombe. If you play it from L5, that song is Bangiza. And we can extend that material because there are 7 notes, and essentially you could play that melody from each of the 7 notes and you get 7 different songs. And then this is material, advanced material that we can get into. But this historical and cultural context is important, so that you learn how to play Karigamombe, you learn how to sing, but you can also say something about what the song means and how it is related to other Mbira songs. So that's the third thing that we did. And then the fourth thing that we did is just drop in some other performances. So I uploaded a video with me and Bezel and Alan playing. We were hosting Thomas Mapfumo right here, and then people complained that Thomas Mapfumo was falling asleep. That is true. But you know, that was a relaxed performance and practice, because we later ended up recording with Thomas Mapfumo, recording that Karigamombe. I started out with a demonstration from Sekiwa Chingodza. And Sekiwa Chingodza is an excellent Mbira player and teacher. And then I've indicated one of the singing lessons we did get from Matemai. And so when I look at the channel, yes, I want to be able to teach so that you actually learn how to play a song. I want you to be able to start singing the song, and we did that. And then I want to give some historical and cultural context, and then I want to link it and then they expose and show the many people that I've come across, either as my teachers or as my friends, and I think we did manage to do that in this set of Karigamombe lessons. And even before I go further, I think that last part of showing you material from Bezel Makombe, from Sekiwa Chingodza, is important, and we should be able to find a way to compensate them. Now my channel is monetized now. Some cents and little dollars are trickling in. It is very far from being sufficient. So I have a PayPal account, a PayPal link in the description of the video. Please donate something to keep the channel going. So one is summary of the things, of the material that we did for these Karigamombe lessons. Number 2 is credit to my teachers. Now Karigamombe is one of those very central songs in the Mbira repertoire that you end up doing it with all the teachers that you come across. Now my first teacher was my uncle, Edward Chigwedere. He's my father's youngest brother, and we stayed with him soon after when he came back, from the Liberation War. That was the end of 1979 into 1980. So he's the one who taught me how to start Gwenyambira Mbudzi. I was 5, turning 6. So he's the one who taught me, and he didn't even tell me that the song was called Karigamombe, but I knew it as Gwenyambira Mbudzi. And we stayed with him for a while, and then he left when he went to join the army. But another cousin, my father's sister's oldest son, Mukuru, we lived with Neva Mkarati, and he taught me Karigamombe as well as other songs. And then there was a big break, in playing Mbira. When I resumed, I focused on Nema Msasa and Bukatiende, and only came back to Karigamombe when I had moved to the US. My playing partner was Solomon Murungu. Solomon had a very nice part that he played for Maororo. And so I would play the basic Karigamombe and would mix it with Maororo. That was our arrangement. But I later met Cosmas Magaya, and then Cosmas Magaya showed me additional parts for Karigamombe as well as Maororo. And so we then could play Karigamombe as a separate song from Maororo. So Cosmas Magaya was important and instrumental in structuring Karigamombe. But we went through that Nyamaropa family of songs with him. So the relationship between Karigamombe and Maororo, and getting into Nyamaropa and Nyamaropa Uru, and Nimtim with that serious study. I started it out with Cosmas Magaya. And then I had access to many CDs and was listening to how people performed Karigamombe, and I fell in love with how Msekiwa plays as well as sings. So I sought him out, and then Msekiwa was a teacher on the Netetes, and also he's got an excellent rendition of Nyamaropa Pachipembere But Msekiwa has become a very close friend, and we've done much material with him. I did the same material with Karikai Tirikoti, and then Tirikoti taught me how to keep on digging deeper and deeper to see how these, if you dig deep enough, how you get to what he calls the big Nyamaropa, the grandfather, the grandparent of the song. So if you start out with Karigamombe and then keep on adding notes, adding complexity, or you start out with Maororo, you end up with one big thing, which he calls Nyamaropa. So I spent much time with Tirikoti digging, into the complexity of these songs. I did spend some time with Forward Kwenda, and he taught me an important part, on how to start with the netetes rather than the left side. Because many times once we are playing the left side, we don't focus enough on the netetes and never quite develop the right hand to get the complexity that is needed there. And so Forward taught me how to start with the netetes, so that at least that side of my playing is developed, and then at the left side to get the whole song. And I've indicated I've uploaded material from Matemai. Matemai was a good friend I would go to learn, especially the singing. Matemai had an excellent voice, he had an excellent way of placing his lyrics within the phrases or cycle of the Mbira, and I spent much time with him. Unfortunately, I've never been able to sing or get close to the way he sang, but I've got much material on what he taught me. Here in South Africa, I've been playing a lot of the Mbira songs, both the traditional ones and the ones that were arranged by Thomas Mafuma. I've been doing that with Bezel Makombe, and I uploaded a video that shows an example of how we were playing Karigamombe and when we were hosting Thomas Mafuma. So that is it in terms of my teachers. It is pretty much everyone who's influenced and taught me over the years, and Karigamombe is that central that if you meet a new teacher, chances are that you will start playing from Karigamombe, Nemam Sasa, and then you inevitably learn something. So that is the second thing, tribute or credit to my teachers. And then the third and last thing that I will do is play a little bit Karigamombe. I'm holding a Mahororo Mbira. This key I think is a C. And these instruments that are in the key of C or G are easy to play with other instruments without the need to tune the guitar or piano or marimba. So this is a Mahororo Mbira in the key of C. So here is Karigamombe.